What's the hardest part about adoption? The social worker warned my husband and me about Mia's trauma history. She hadn't spoken a word in 3 years, ever since the fire that took both her parents. The file didn't mention how small and lost she looked sitting alone in that cold visitation room, her scarred little hands clutching a worn photo album. I knelt beside her and she flinched, recoiled like I was a threat. My husband stood frozen in the doorway, afraid to step closer and scare her more. The social worker whispered, "She's been through 7 foster homes. No one could handle the night terrors, the screaming, or the running away." I nodded but never took my eyes off that 8-year-old girl with eyes far older than her years. We visited Mia every Tuesday and Thursday for 2 months. She never spoke, but slowly began sitting a little closer each time. One day, she pushed the album toward me. It was all that survived the fire. Inside were singed photos, snapshots of a once happy family, a dog, a few birthday parties. The last page was a crayon drawing, a burning house, 3 stick figures, 2 with angel wings. When we brought Mia home, she walked through each room cautiously, checking every window, every door, every smoke detector. That night, we found her sleeping under the bed instead of on it. My husband whispered in the dark, "What are we doing?" I had no answer. The first 6 months were a whirlwind. Therapy appointments, school meetings, paperwork, phone calls, pleading with teachers. Mia would wake screaming, convinced the house was on fire. We installed smoke alarms in every room and placed fire extinguishers in every corner. I slept on the floor of her room nearly every night, just so she felt safe enough to close her eyes. At school, they suggested special education placement because she didn't speak. I argued with the administration almost weekly. She understands everything. She's incredibly smart. She's just not ready to speak yet. They looked at me like I was delusional. One night during a thunderstorm, the power went out. As I searched for a flashlight, I found Mia curled inside the closet, hyperventilating. I lit a small candle and she screamed. I blew it out instantly, but it was too late. She didn't sleep for 3 days. Our marriage started to crack. "We can't live like this forever," my husband said one night, exhausted. "Always on edge, living in silence. And her therapist says she may never speak again." I knew he wasn't wrong, but I couldn't let go. There was something in Mia's eyes that told me she was still fighting, still holding on. On the 1-year anniversary of her adoption, we had a small celebration. No candles. While I was cutting the cake, I dropped a plate. The crash sent Mia under the table. I knelt beside her, crying. "I'm so sorry, Mia. I'm so sorry." She reached out and touched my tear. And then, so softly I almost missed it, she whispered, "It's not your fault." Her first words in 4 years. My husband and I froze, barely breathing. Mia looked at us and added, "The fire wasn't their fault either." That night, she slept in her bed for the first time. The next morning, she woke up and asked, "Mom, do we have pancakes?" A full sentence. From then on, her words returned, slowly, like water seeping through cracks in stone. In therapy, she finally spoke about what happened, that she saw her parents trying to save her, pushing her through a window while they remained trapped inside. Last week, at her school's talent show, Mia stood up and read a poem she wrote. Her voice was quiet, but steady. The entire auditorium gave her a standing ovation. On the drive home, she asked, "Are you proud of me?" I nearly drove off the road through my tears. I still wake up some nights just to check if she's breathing. We still have more smoke detectors than any home I've ever seen. She still avoids campfires and birthday candles. Yesterday, on her 10th birthday, she asked, "Can we visit my birth parents' graves?" We stood silently by the headstones as Mia laid down 2 handmade cards. I asked, "What did you write in them?" Mia looked up at me, those same wise eyes, and said, "I told them about you. About the mom who waited for me, even when I had no words."